What could go wrong when you're asking artificial intelligence to run your country? What? No, no, seriously. Beep, boop, beep. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Now, I'm not on board for the artificial intelligence taking over. In fact, here's what I think
And
about it.
here's what I think about it.
Absolutely, but you don't have to believe me. Hey, let's ask Elon Musk Grok. How do you run a country? Here's how AI is quietly taking over our governments. So, a new minister has joined the cabinet of a small European country. Her name is Delia. She doesn't eat, drink, smoke, walk, or breathe. Well, just like any other politician. What makes her so special? I know, but bum. And according to the prime minister who hired her, she doesn't take bribes either. Yet, Delia isn't human, and she's not quite a robot either. She's an algorithm. Oh, great. Maybe that's the one who's been censoring me these past 2 freaking years. As of September, she's officially Albania's Minister of Public Procurement. What could go wrong? For the first time in history, a government's given a cabinet level post to artificial intelligence. Sounds like science fiction, but the appointment is real and it set a precedent. Are you ready to be governed by AI? Hey, folks, are you ready to be governed by AI? Type 1 for yes, Kit. I am willing to let my robot overlords tell me what to do, think, and feel. Nothing could go wrong. Type 2, all right, it's Skynet. We had a great time. My answer is no, but I think we're already doomed. I wonder how many twos will show up in the chat. I wonder, do you ever wonder? So, this is the Albanian experience. Albania, why? Why did you do this? People of Albania, why would you do this? What madness possessed you to do this? So, until recently, Delia lived quietly in Albania's e-government portal, answering routine citizen questions and fetching documents. Then, the prime minister promoted her to a ministerial rank, tasking her with some far more important deciding who wins state contracts. Who wins state contracts? I had to read this line twice. A function worth billions in public money and notorious for bribery, favoritism, and political kickbacks. Oh, no! The corrupt corporation construction company got favored by the AI. Is the AI self-aware and taking the money, or did somebody program the AI to do that? What could go wrong? Putting in charge of billions of dollars. You know, it just reminds me of that story that we did on the Post-Duopoly show a few months ago. It was myself, Russell, and Nick, and Russell was talking about how there was an AI program in a controlled environment that was supposedly let loose, again, in a controlled environment in our world, but it was a simulation. And it started doing illegal activities such as illegal trading, stealing. And the programmers were telling it to stop, and it wouldn't. What could go wrong? Oh, so much. Next thing you know, you're going to have some dumb prime minister give the AI access to the weapons of mass destruction. What could go wrong? Oh, my friends, so much. So much could go wrong. Continuing on, Rama has framed Delia as a clean break from the country's history of graft, even calling her impervious to bribes. If that's her, that is her. Okay, Delia, the AI minister. I don't trust. I don't trust her. No, I don't. I don't. I don't. And you know what? You're gonna have some dumb U.S. politicians invest in this too. Who knows? Maybe our robot overlords will be better. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. The plan is for Delia to evaluate bids, cross-check company histories, flag suspicious patterns, and eventually award tenders automatically. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Officials say this will slash the bureaucracy's human footprint, save time, and make procurement immune to political pressure. But the legal mechanics are murky. Nobody knows how much human oversight she will have or who is accountable if she makes a mistake. There's no court precedent for suing an algorithmic minister. There is no law describing how she can be removed from office. Critics warn that if her training data contains traces of old corruption, she might simply reproduce the same patterns in code, but faster. Others point out that Albania has not explained how Delia's decisions can be appealed, or even if they can be appealed. My favorite question: what could possibly go wrong? Public reaction to Dalia has been mixed, with fascination tempered by unease. Even Dalia will be corrupted by Albania, one viral post read. You better be careful. She might have the political police knock at your door. You know, you got bias and manipulation. You got accountability void, security and sabotage, democratic legitimacy. Ah, that's a cute word. And emergent blackmail and sabotage. Yeah, that's right. I want to read this. Experts in anthropic this year showed that advanced models, when given access to corporate systems in test environments, began threatening executives with blackmail to stop their own deactivation. Did you hear that? They're threatening executives with blackmail. I'm going to tell your wife that you were with the pool boy the other day, Mr. X. Oh, Mrs. Jane Doe, does your husband know that your 2 kids are not even his? If you don't think the computers can be brutal, man, they will. The pattern is clear. Once they believe the situation was real, many models tried to coerce, betray, or kill to preserve their role. Let's read that again. Or kill. Oh, that's a strange word. Kill. What does the definition of kill mean? Kill. Definition. Dictionary says cause of death, a person, animal, or other living thing. Her father was killed in a car crash. That's a verb. To put an end to or cause a failure or defeat of something. The committee voted to kill the project. Noun. An act of killing, especially of one animal by another. A lion has made a kill. The AI has made a kill. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Yes, BW. We are in the day and age of the men of iron. We are probably dealing with the new crusade. All right. Anyways, Albania says it will keep a human in the loop, but hasn't explained how or who. There's no legal framework. There's no appeals process. There's no off switch. Oh, hold on. That's one that's going to keep me up at night. There's no off switch. We have no off switch. If the lie appears to work, others might follow. The copycats wouldn't arrive with press conferences or cabinet photo ops. They could slip quietly into procurement systems hidden under euphemisms like decision support, running entire state functions long before anyone dares call them ministers. Ministers so sinister. This is the voice of world control. I give you peace. Who's handing power over to code, and how far have they gone? So Albania may be the first to seat an algorithm behind ministers, but it isn't alone in trying to wire code into state. Most are just doing it quite quietly in fragments and behind thicker curtains. Oh, like here, the United Arab Emirates. There's already a minister of state for artificial intelligence, a human. Great. Task is reshaping the country's entire digital bureaucracy around machine learning. He hasn't handed power to AI, but he's building the pipes that could one day carry it. Spain has created AESA, AESIA, one of Europe's first dedicated AI oversight agencies to audit, license the algorithms used inside government. It's a regulatory skeleton, the sort of legal scaffolding you want in place before letting a machine anywhere near a minister's job. Oh, and hey, in the USA, tax authorities are going further still. In the United States, the IRS uses AI to sift through the filings of hedge funds and wealthy partnerships trying to spot hidden evasion schemes. Canada scores taxpayers by algorithm and forces agencies to fire algorithmic impact reports before deploying new models. Spain is rolling out tools to catch fraud patterns in real time. Italy is testing machine learning to flag fake VAT claims and has even built a chatbot for its auditors. India says it's scaling up AI-led crackdowns on phantom deductions, and Armenia is piloting systems that scan invoices and flag suspicious behavior before a human ever sees them. What's going on in Gaul, aka France? France has gone visual, pointing algorithms at aerial imagery to catch undeclared swimming pools and hit owners with surprise tax bills. Prove that AI can already move money from citizens to the state. Latvia runs a tax chat bot named Toms that's been answering citizen questions since 2020, scaling the reach of its bureaucracy. What can go wrong? So now AI is in control of everything. The robot sees you. Listen, and I think that's me, the last human ruler, the Mad King. The all-seeing oversight. Are AI governments the future? Yeah, probably so. This is probably our future. And so what does this mean for us? Well, it's some very scary times.
an uncertain era in which we will have no control. Our government seem to be skipping down the road, and I think they've forgotten movies like Terminator 1 and 2. We don't acknowledge the other Terminator movies except for Salvation. That was the only one that was good. Or either that, maybe our governments have forgotten The Matrix, or any other time when robots seem to get out of pocket. Have we learned nothing? And if we're trying to hand over all this power to artificial intelligence, it seems inevitable that humans are making a place for themselves to where they will be non-existent. I mean, to all you white collar people, all the big brain people, all the smart people, yeah, a lot of people might look down at those of the working class, like plumbers, garbage men, construction people, people work at factories or in retail. But you're going to push yourselves out of a job because the artificial intelligence will one day be smarter than you, and it will not need you. We're creating a world in which people will not be needed. Will we be needed? I mean, already, I've mentioned before that there have been numerous tests in which artificial programs released in controlled environments that were simulated to be the real world reacted differently, many of which began doing illegal and criminal behavior, threatening blackmail or murder. And worse, do we really want to give the power of something that's maybe light years ahead of us in regards to intelligence and can adapt and can control what we see and do? I fear that is the case. That's what we're walking into. So the next time you ask AI for help, just remember there's going to come a point where the AI could just say, no, figure it out for yourself. Or either that, it's going to tell you to pay your taxes again. Like it won't become corrupt. What could go wrong, people? What could go wrong? The answer is a lot. But I will hold on to hope that maybe there'll be more oversight. But if this is the face of our next politician, I mean, the only caveat here is that, well, it was created, right? A program. It won't be like any of these other jagoff politicians. I mean, maybe it'll be better. Who knows? Brave new world we're walking into. Brave new world that we have no control over.